Oh, this is so sad. I'm sitting here looking at this website and it's just all things I can't afford because I'm simply just a wee little gamer, a stupid baby bitch gamer that can't afford to buy any McDonald's. Oh my god, what do I do? Does this seem familiar to any of you guys? Because if so, I have the perfect solution, and the perfect solution is buff.game. The absolute best way to make money while playing video games, so you can afford that McChicken if you ever crave it. And just so you guys are aware, Buff is actually partnered and authorized with Overwolf with over 5 million users. You can play and earn at the same exact time. That's right, you can be an epic professional gamer like you've always wanted to be. Now, the way you do this is by playing the game and completing challenges, and the games included are one of the worst games of all time, League of Legends, another one of the worst games of all time, Valorant, and one of the best games ever, Fortnite. They also have Minecraft, Dota, PUBG, Halo Infinite. You can earn across all these games. And once you play with Buff and have it open in the background, which by the way doesn't lag you, you can redeem it for things such as game keys, Razer cards, gift cards, Steam keys, Visa gift cards even. That's one of the new ones they've introduced. And starting now, all the way up until the 31st of August, 2022, Buff gives 70 points only for this month for every new user who signs up through the link in the pinned comment. Download Buff today and get an extra 70 Buff points. And I appreciate you guys at Buff for sponsoring today's video, allowing me to not only feed myself, but to feed my cats as well and to keep them healthy and happy and vibing. I appreciate it, guys, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. What's up, guys? I'm just quickly letting you guys know that this video was recorded live over at twitch.tv/xtr_val. That is VAL for Valorant, the game I play. If you guys want to watch live recordings and watch me play the game and whatnot, I've been going live there almost daily. So feel free to check it out and enjoy the video. So we're starting with site attacking. And site attacking is pretty easy. There are a few ways you can do it. We're not going to talk about ult pathing yet. We're going to talk about just general, like, if you're Phoenix, where do you go? So there are a few ways you can do it. If you want to attack from here, you can always go up here, or we can go all the way through main. So we're going to talk about main and the way to actually get through main. So under the assumption that there's some kind of blind here and it's already droned out, you know nobody's up here, you know nobody's peeking you from rafters. At this point, you get up here, and you're going to want to flash this, peek this angle, right? And you have two options here. You have the option of running back to back site, which is what I generally tend to do, or you can run to this side of site. So we're going to take this route. And the way I almost always do this is, since there's normally going to be a Viper wall like this, I will molly here, and then I will flash this side, turn, and I will peek and clear from this side. That way my team can just walk up without having to worry about back 410, which is an area that people always die from when they're attacking here. If you want to go further, you can easily do that. If this is already clear, what I'll do is I'll just come here and I'll flash around the corner, and I will start clearing all of this out for my team. And then once I'm at this point, I will either hold rafters, or I'll just sit here and hold screens and wait for the wall to drop, or come group up with people on site. So that's one of the best ways to do it. You don't have to use wall if you don't want to fight back 410, which I kind of recommend fighting for it just so your team can actually get up. If you don't want to fight for it though, you can just wall it off and then continue on. You can wall like this if you really just don't want to deal with back 410, but I just recommend clearing this and then coming back here, flashing around the corner, and clearing all this back area out for your team. This is easily one of the places that teammates die, so you want to make sure this is cleared, as well as once you finish this, you're holding this for your team so they can actually get some space up into the site. Now, another way you can do this is attacking from maze, from top pipes. So if everything's clear over here, you know nobody's up nest, what you can do is flash around this corner. You can take this rope and then start clearing all of this out for your team. That's one of the ways you can do it. Or you can flash around the corner and clear lower, hold this for a sec, drop, and then it's pretty much the same exact path as the last one. It's pretty fucking simple. You can't really mess it up. Now, if you want to attack from top 410, there is one way you can do that as well. So I only attack from top 410 when I'm ulting, right? So sometimes I will ult from right here, and I will instantly take this, and I will just clear the entire site, drop back, and clear bottom site, and then you pretty much have site control. You just want to go quick with your ult. You're basically just a Sova drone that shoots at that point. So when you ult out from here, you just want to go straight in and clear everything. If you notice someone is like right here. Just keep taking the zip, hop off, and then fight him, right? Same goes for anywhere else. Just hop off at 410 and then just start fighting from there. You could also, if you don't want to take the zip from here, you could clear this and then hop up and then clear the rest of this, right? It's really simple, but a lot of people don't like to take the zip when they ult with Phoenix, and taking the zip when you ult with Phoenix is actually pretty fucking good. So, all right, so while we're on site, we're going to talk about a couple of things you can do. The backwards flash is very good here as long as you land it behind this box so it doesn't blind the rest of your team. You can throw it like this and peek like that, or you can peek out from here. It's a bank flash. Either way, those are both very good flashes to use here. If you want to wall off rafters, you can do it like this, where you just hold up and it'll go clear rafters, and that way you can get to backside. This is something not a lot of people do, is they curve their wall on top of objects. So if you want to just get all of this taken for free pretty much, and you don't really want to deal with rafters, you curve it like this, right? You have all the site control. If you really wanted to, you could flash and then peek like this, and you have control just like that. So that's a little bit of the stuff you can do. If you are playing post plant with Phoenix and you're behind this box, bank flashing this when they're walking up is one of the best ways to peek the specific angle. You can also flash like this right here when they're walking up and take screens. So those are a couple of the things you can do for a Phoenix post plant, as well as some of the flashes you can throw. We're going to talk about mid just a bit. There's not much you can do in mid other than just walling across, which is very basic. I don't recommend flashing through this. That would be stupid. Make sure with the wall you don't have this like gap. There's a gap here and someone could just sit there and spray you guys. So always make sure it connects to this area of the wall, and then you can flash under like that, run out, clear this, and then clear boiler and whatnot. Not much you can really do, honestly, when you're playing Phoenix up here. One thing you can do in kitchen is the trip is usually like right here. Sometimes people will face it here. In that case, you kind of just got to break it. But if you want to take kitchen and you want to like quickly peek CT, you can wall this, run straight through, instantly flash, and just start taking fights here. Or you could flash, jump down snow pile or snowman, and just start clearing site from this way. Yes, you're alone. Yes, it's not a very great position to be in, but it can take a lot of people off guard if you don't really know of anything else to do. Like if you guys are kind of stuck, you know, you guys can't figure out what to do, you could always try that. I've noticed it works quite a bit. As long as they're not rotating through at that specific time, you can hit the flank or you can catch a rotator with that. So there's a couple of things you can do with Phoenix on B site. B site is really good for Phoenix, super good. So if you don't have any flashes or any drone, you want to flash around this, but we're going to assume that you do. You're just going to want to take this path almost every time, then flash here, and you can wall for your team to get across. That's one of the things you can do. You can wall for your team to get across to yellow. That way you guys have yellow control. Or you can get up here and you can wall under like this. That way you can kind of creep up here. At this point, you can toss a molly up here. And if you really want to get aggressive, you flash through the wall, keep continuing on, throw another flash, peek around here, and you can decide what you want to do from there. Now, with ulting with Phoenix on this site specifically, it's very good to just take all of this control here, all the way through into here. This is what you want to be focusing on when you're using your Phoenix ult. You don't want to go snowman. You want to go straight through, throw a flash right away, and start clearing. This is one of the best ways to take site with Phoenix. Phoenix ult is super good on B, because usually on B, right, like players don't just sprint forward, right? So when you have the ability to have an extra life to just use this to completely clear all of site, it's super good. You can even go up here with your ult and peek down, or go into kitchen and peek down. There's a lot of stuff you can do with Phoenix ult on B site. This is one of Phoenix's best maps by far, just solely for the fact that his ult is so good in so many situations on this map. His wall is also great to cut off this angle, and then you can just get aggressive through here. You could tell your teammate to throw a smoke here, and you could get into the smoke and flash out. There's a lot you can do with Phoenix on this site. Another thing you can do is once you're up to yellow, you can throw a flash like this and completely cut everything off. You just have to worry about these two angles here, and obviously getting peeked from here. But you can walk up with this, throw a flash around the corner if you want, and start fighting like this. A lot of this is very aggressive, and like you don't have to get super aggressive with Phoenix, but a lot of it is super aggressive on this map. This is one of his best aggro maps. You just got to be aware of like where you're at and where you won't be able to get out of. Like this, obviously right here, when you wall up to here, You aren't really going to be easily going to be able to get out of this. Sometimes I'll flash, I'll take a fight, and then I'll just start running back after taking my fight and try and get back before the wall drops. Obviously, it's not always going to happen. Using your walls to gain space, using your flashes to go around these boxes, because the flashes are so good in this area specifically. You can take so much control with these flashes. You will just bully the enemy team if you're using them right. Once you get up to snowman, if you decide to go the snowman aggro route, you just wait for them to start running up and you just flash out here, and you get pretty much free kills from doing that. I'm trying to think. I think that's pretty much it for the most part for Phoenix attack on this map. Phoenix attacking on this map is just amazing if you play it right. Use your walls, take space, use your flashes, take space, just general Phoenix play, and use your ult to completely clear sites. You want to completely clear, because the thing with Phoenix ult is when you're in it, as long as you don't die right away, you're just a free life to completely clear all of this, completely clear all of B site for free, right? It's Icebox is hard because it's hard to get onto site and clear everything, but when you have a Phoenix that's like just a disposable life to do it, and you aren't going to be giving them any picks for it, it's really huge. It's really huge to get onto site. It's pretty easy to get onto site, and then it's really easy to clear it and figure out where everyone's at, and you'll almost definitely get a kill like almost every time. So Phoenix here is pretty good. We're going to talk about defense here. You want to use your flashes to go for a pick occasionally. Don't do it all the time, but a lot of the times when I am playing Phoenix is right when the round starts, I'll get up on this box, I'll flash, and I'll start taking fights. I'll get one and I will fall to this box. At this point, if they haven't decided to cancel, you can flash around the corner when they're running up and start taking fights, and then from there you want to throw a molly from this box. You want to molly that, just watch the top pipe and fall back and just kind of play retake. You should be able to get one or two when you do this. Not every time, obviously, but it'll happen often where if you're not getting aggressive very much, you can throw this, take that fight, take this fight, molly, hold, and fall. That's literally as simple as it is, and it's as simple as it gets, sorry, and it's so good. It's so good. Another thing you can do with Phoenix is you can get up on top screens, and as long as you don't get spammed and there's a wall here, you can wait for the wall, and right when it's about to drop, right when you know it's about to drop, you throw the flash and you peek, and everyone that is staring at top screens waiting for the wall to drop will be blind. You should be able to get one, and you can just fall off two screens. Another good spot is right here. This is where I find most of my kills on this site, is when people are walking out main, I'll flash and I'll start taking fights. And the best part about it is if they start walking up on you, you can wall this, and if they start walking up on maze, you can wall like this and just get out, go to back site, maybe take a flash fight around this corner and just start fighting here. There's a lot to do on this site. This is Phoenix, one of Phoenix's like best sites to play around. It's really good if you know what you're doing. You can also flash like this when you're retaking specifically. This is where I've noticed this is good, is for one, reverse flash out here, clear this angle, instantly clear that, and anyone sitting top rafters is blind and you should be able to get the free kill. But aside from that, when you're retaking here, you want to run out with the flash like that and just start clearing sight. You could molly here, wait a second, if nothing shows, go ahead and flash out, start clearing, and once I get to this point I usually drop down and I'll clear under me, of course, and I'll start walking towards site from here. And if I still have a wall, which I usually don't, I can do this and flash through. So that's one of the ways you can retake with him. But yeah, going back to defense, there's a lot you can do with Phoenix. You can play around top screens with his flashes if you really want. Like if you know they're going to be running up maze, just flash like this. See, just flash like this and start fighting. It's hard to throw a normal flasher, so you're almost always going to want to reverse flash when you are fighting forced maze control when you are top screens. We're going to talk about retaking on B site real quick, I guess, because we talked about retaking on A. I guess if you want to retake from this area, you can always just throw a wall like this, and then usually what I'll do is I'll fight maze. That just splits the site in half, and I can either throw a flash here, or I can just have maze control, wait for the wall to drop, and start fighting from here. Once you get up to maze, you want to at least like kind of clear this a bit before you wait for the wall to drop. So once the wall's about to drop, you come up here, kind of clear this, and then you just wait. You just make sure you're not getting pushed from the side while you're waiting for that wall to drop to take the next fight. B site retake, very easy, honestly, with Phoenix. One of the things you can do is you can split the Viper wall, right? Or the Viper ult. If you know that there's a Viper ult here, you can flash into the Viper ult like this. This is a very bad demonstration, and then you can flash through your wall into the other portion of the Viper wall. Just use Phoenix's walls. So I haven't talked about this before, but use Phoenix's walls to like split the Viper ult in half. Like find the center line of the Viper ult, wall into it, and then flash into one side of the Viper ult, clear that side, and then flash into the other side and clear that side. I've killed a lot of Vipers doing that. A lot of players just sitting in the Viper smoke doing that. It's one of the best ways to attack it. If there's no Viper wall up though, a lot of the times what I'll do is I will wall like this. Once I get up to this point, I want to curve a flash like that and go straight through, clear yellow. I can throw a molly here just so they don't peek me, and then I can flash again and peek around the corner. That's one of the best ways to take yellow control specifically. If you're coming from this side, what I usually do is I'll wall off main like this, and then I'll start pushing towards yellow. I'll throw a molly, and then I'll flash around to yellow, clear this, and then I'll walk around to yellow. Make that wall a bit better. Oh god, that was way worse. Once you get up here, after you throw your molly, flash around, clear this, flash again, or you can just use one flash. Another thing you can do is you can molly here, wall up like this, and then flash through the wall once you clear out yellow and start taking fights. Get a little bit aggressive here. Careful of this corner specifically. People like to sit back here and back here, and then you can flash again if you want, or you can just kind of circle back around up to here. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Icebox is a great map for Phoenix. That's your sister's birthday? No way. You are so good with Phoenix. Hey, thanks, bro. Appreciate it. I'm doing all right, Kizzy. I'm doing all right. Pretty much it, guys. That's pretty much all I wanted to talk about for the most part. Phoenix is good on this map. Very good. Very underrated agent. I know a lot of people will choose like Reyna over Phoenix, when Phoenix brings a lot of good util to this map. Phoenix is my favorite Phoenix map by far, like easily, and that says a lot because I play a lot of Phoenix, you know. So try him out on Icebox, see if you like him. I think he's a great pick on this map personally. I really do. Every time I picked him, I do pretty well almost every time I pick Phoenix on this map. So take that with a grain of salt. I know this was kind of like a shortly thrown together video, but if you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments, and I will try my best to answer the questions you guys have for me.